under Ben Failer. This is Ben Failer's third game this year after he officiated wins for the Bulls against the Dewsbury Rams and the Batley Bulldogs. We're up and away here at Odsal Stadium as Dick Patton sends this kick deep down into the Barrow half of the field. It's Betfred Championship round 4 at Odsal Stadium. It's the Bradford Bulls against the Barrow Raiders. Both sides know that whoever wins this afternoon will move up to third in the table, and they'll be nice and neatly tucked behind the top two of Featherstone and the Lee Centurions. With 30 seconds gone on the clock here, Barrow first use of the ball, playing away from the South Bank stand here as they move it down the middle here. Big strong carry from Carl Forster, the former Whitehaven man. He's going to be brought down 5 shy of halfway on tackle number 4. In there at dummy half is going to go Josh Wood. Wood gives it there towards Carter. Carter's going to kick early on tackle number 4. That's going to hold up nicely on this main stand touchline for Elliot Keir. Keir floats the ball in centre field towards Ryan Miller, and Miller's brought down 15 out from his own try line on tackle number 1. So Bradford's first spell in possession here this afternoon. It's West Yorkshire Radio, also going out on Bulls TV. Mick Liddell here calling the action at a sunny, dry, warm spring Odsal Stadium as Ben Thaler gives the Bradford Bulls a 6 again here, because there was just a little bit of messing around at the play of the ball. Wakefield Trinity Loney, Jack Croft making his Barrow debut, just holding down in the tackle. So that will benefit the Bradford Bulls in that early momentum and ascendancy. As Eben Skerr gets to his feet, he'll play the ball. It now goes from hands from Lilly to Patton to Butler. Butler's just shy of halfway. Tackle number 2 on this fresh set of 6 for the Bulls. Doyle, Baldwinson, Patton, Lilly. Lilly taking the line on, brought down there by Jake Carter. The 35 metres out from the Barrow line now. Springing the step here, springing the air as Steve Crossley carries Bradford just outside the 20-metre line. They're on the last tackle here, the Bulls. It's going to go right towards Lilly. Lilly peppers one up into the clouds. Hakim Maloude does well. And that's a good kick chase there from the Bradford Bulls. An equally impressive take from Hakim Maloude. We've had 2 minutes gone on the clock here as Barrow are awarded their first penalty of the game. And it's a high tackle. And the referee will just have a word there, and he'll look towards Tom Doyle and Eben Skerr. They were the 2 Bradford players involved in that tackle, so that will just give a little bit of pressure off after that great kick chase there from Jordan Lilly going on this main stand side. And as we said, John Keir talks about the consistency. Barrow, very tough team. Victories do bring that confidence, though. The Bulls have won the last 3 league games, featuring wins over Batley, Workington and London. This will be a tough test at Odsal Stadium this afternoon. 3 minutes gone on the clock. Barrow now inside the Bradford half of the field for the first time this afternoon. Josh Wood in there at dummy half. It goes to Carter. Carter gives the ball over on this left-hand edge. And that's good defence there as Danny Langtry will get to his feet and he'll play the ball. Back they come down the middle channel here with Brad Crellin at loose forward. Barrow up to the Bradford Bulls 40-metre line, centre field position. Wood goes to Forster. Forster's brought down here on the 5th and last tackle. The 25 metres out, centre field position. It's go to Samet. Samet just puts one up towards the clouds. Bradford have lost the ball. It was Ryan Miller who's gone without the ball. And that's going to be a repeat set of 6 here for Barrow. And they're keeping the ball alive here. And they're going to try and cross in the corner with Jared Stack. So back to 1 on the tackle count after that Ryan Miller knock-on from that Jared Samet kick. So Barrow, a fresh set of 6. 10 metres out from the Bradford Bulls line here. As Carl Forster's rolled over in a tackle by Tom Doyle and Jordan Baldwinson. Wood goes down the middle channel with Ellis Gillam. Gillam's gone without the ball. Bradford have passed that task and asking the question of their defensive solidity. So an error apiece there in quick succession, and Bradford Bulls back in possession here at Odsal Stadium with 4.5 minutes gone here as we see Tom Doyle playing the ball out of dummy half, and now Tom Doyle giving the ball to Miller to attack that right edge marker defence. Ben Failer, a couple of early penalties, a penalty apiece. Barrow penalised for being offside, not square, encroaching inside the 10. Dick Patton fires the Bradford Bulls 40 metres out from that Barrow Raiders try line. Bradford 28 tries scored this season, 26 conceded. John Keir likes to make a case for the defence. They're averaging just 11.2 points past them in defence with 4 wins out of the last 5. That's not bad going for the Bradford Bulls. Steve Crossley now carries Bradford 18 metres out underneath the Barrow post. Good attacking structure here from the Bulls on this attacking set as they decide to go down the middle here with Doyle. Doyle throws the dummy, thought about the pass towards Brad England, decides to take the tackle, 12 metres out underneath the post, centre field. Lily's in there at dummy half with Doyle playing the ball. It's going to go on that left-hand edge towards Patton, to Keir, to Gill. Lovely fast hands from Gill to Miller. Miller's 5 metres out. And I tell you what, that was va-va-va-va-voom as Gill now goes towards Patton. Patton in centre field to Crossley. Crossley looks for support. He's wrapped up with 4 Barrow defenders, bringing him down. And the Bradford captain's going to play the ball 4 metres out from the Barrow try line. They can smell the Barrow line. Crossfield kick from Lily. Looking for Murphy. Murphy palms the ball behind him to England. It's still the last tackle. England back to Murphy. Murphy to Baldwinson. It goes in centre field to Lily. Lily takes the line on. Lily keeps it going towards Skur. Skur towards the line. Eben Skur, can he get the ball down? He's held up short. That would have been some try here. The Bulls turn it into the Harlem Globetrotters. They were hot potato stuff, and that has drawn a very warm round of applause from the Bulls supporters. Very nearly one of those super tries. It went from the right to the left to the centre, and very nearly Eben Skur, using all his muscle and power towards that Barrow try line, just held up short as we see Hakim Malouda carry the ball out of dummy half on the far stand side. 20 metres out from their own line here, the Barrow Raiders, who play in their home strip of blue, navy blue, blue shorts, blue socks. Bradford in their traditional home shirts of the red, amber and black. Very reminiscent of that famous 1996 Bradford Bulls home jersey, which of course tasted Super League success the following year in 97. Sammett's going to kick early. That's come off the back of Eben Skur. Referee says that wasn't played at, so tackle count doesn't reset. Hakim Malouda beats 1, beats 2. Looking very lively. He's offloaded the ball out of the tackle here, Hakim Malouda. There's going to be a kick through in centre field here, but Elliot Keir is alert to the danger there. And Elliot Keir does exceptionally well to deal with that Brad Krellin kick. It was very ingenious, and the ingenuity there from the Barrow loose forward. It was tackle number 4 early in the count, and perhaps that's something that Paul Carey will be putting into his Barrow side. We certainly remember a couple of weeks back Barrow's performance against Huddersfield in the Challenge Cup. Certainly giving the championship welcome spotlight on the national television. England's playing the ball for the Bradford Bulls, the former Doncaster man, 38 metres out. Lily now. Lovely short ball towards Skur. Skur wrapped up, 25 out. Last tackle for the Bradford Bulls on this possession. 8 minutes gone here. Dec Padden goes to the air. He's got Gill and Miller on the outside. Barrow going into touch. Great defence from the Bradford Bulls. They waited and waited and waited for the Barrow player on the far stand side. I do think it was Brett Carter. And Carter's take that from the clouds. Feet hit terra firma. And then he has been rolled and barrelled over the touchline in a three-man tackle. There was Chester Butler, Kieran Gill and Ryan Miller all involved in that tackle. So a repeat set of 6 for the Bradford Bulls here. By and large, a very promising and positive start for John Keir and the Bulls here at Odsal Stadium. Crossley will play the ball. Tackle 1, 5 metres out, underneath the Barrow post. Tom Doyle, probing, decides to go short to Lily. Lily drops the shoulder, he twists and turns, can't evade Wood and Forster. He'll play the ball, 5 out. They go over on that left-hand side to Patton. Patton tries to jink and dance his way past that very mobile and effective Barrow Raiders defence. 2 tackles remaining here, they're still 5 metres out. So from the far stand side, to a centre field position. Jordan Lilly just drops the shoulder and tries to pirouette his way. Fourth tackle gone. Run remaining for the Bulls. They're right on top of the line. Steve Crossley inches out. Great defence from the Barrow Raiders. They're on the last tackle here. Doyle floating out to Patton. Bradford have numbers, but Chester Butler has knocked the ball on. The line was open. Chance gone begging. It was on the power play. If you're going to turn over ball, you turn it over 10 metres out. Once again, Bradford, the very kind of expansive start to proceedings here. We've had 10 minutes gone on the clock. It's Bradford Bulls no score. Barrow Raiders no score here at Odsal Stadium. A second error for the Bradford Bulls. That coming, of course, on the last tackle. Won't be too much of a concern for John Keir and Mark Gunning. Paul Crowley did say that this game's going to be another good yardstick of where Barrow are as a side against one of those clubs in the Bradford Bulls that are challenging Barrow, of course, for a high finish in the table. And certainly Paul Carey, after making those 7 changes, is expecting the cohesion perhaps to be a little bit affected this afternoon as Barrow have lost the ball 30 metres out from their own try line. Referee Ben Thaler gets the call from the touch judge. Scrum head and feet to the Bradford Bulls in a centre field position. Ellis Gillum there just holding his arm up and apologising to his teammates for the error there. So, 2 errors apiece. And the scrum will be formed 30 metres out from the Barrow line in a centre field position. We've had 11 minutes gone on the clock. Still scoreless here. Points could be at a premium this afternoon, just like they were last week. So from the scrum, it goes from Lilly to Murphy. Aaron Murphy knows one more try and he'll have 100 for his career. Playing the ball out of dummy half is Doyle. Centre field from Lilly. Lilly to Crossley. Crossley back to Lilly. Lilly looking energetic. Caught above the shoulder. Referee says no. Plays the advantage as Bradford go probing on that left-hand side. Patton. Lovely little short offload back on the inside to Skur. Skur to Doyle. Doyle puts the kick in. It's been played at 6 again for the Bradford Bulls. Aaron Murphy ball in hand. Aaron Murphy head down towards the Barrow line. Good defence there from Josh Wood and also Ellis Gillum. They're moving it over on the left-hand edge now with Eben Skur. Skur's brought down 2 metres out. Right on top of the Barrow line here. Can Bradford open the scoring here with captain Steve Crossley? Back it goes to Doyle. Doyle to Patton. Patton to Butler on that left edge. Chester Butler looking for his first try in Bradford colours. He'll play the ball 2 metres out. Gill's in there at dummy half. Back in centre field to Patton. Bradford now, good attacking platform from the Barrow 20-metre line. Brad England's going to carry him just short of the 10 again. Once again, centre field position. This is tackle number 4 coming up. Patton, early kick through, looking for Gill. And that has been taken and diffused and dealt with by Brett Carter over on the far stand side. And he will now turn defence into attack. And that was so close there for the Bradford Bulls. Dick Padden. A lot of hang time on that crossfield kick a la Aussie rules. And you can see what he was trying to do. He was trying to set up Kieran Gill for what would have been try number 10 of the season. Barrow now moving the ball out towards their own 20-metre line. Can I say a warm welcome this afternoon to Harry Foster joining us. Of course, Harry, he suffered a seizure in that victory for the Bulls last week, so hopefully you're resting at home listening to the radio this afternoon, Harry, and you're hopefully able to make it here on Good Friday for the visit of the Halifax Panthers under the floodlights. Barrow on the last tackle, kicked straight down the throat of Elliot Keir. Incidentally, disregarding Harry Foster, John Keir did say that that performance last week and that win was for Harry, who of course was stretchered out the back of the away stand and taken to hospital in London. Thankfully, he was released from hospital Sunday evening, and the club, the players and the directors paying for Harry's train travel back to Bradford. Bradford inside the Barrow half of the field. 13 minutes gone here. Is it going to be lucky for the Bulls, unlucky for the Raiders? As Tom Doyle takes the Barrow line on. They're on tackle number 4. They're just outside the Barrow 20-metre line here. Out of dummy half. It's going to go from Baldwinson to Patton. Patton to Butler. Butler's got Gill outside him. Butler won't need him. And in the 13th minute, it is lady luck for the Bradford Bulls. They penetrate the Barrow defence. It was brilliant play from Chester Butler. He took on Hakim Maludi and Brett Carter on that left-hand edge. He backed himself and he has his first try in the red, amber and black. It's the Huddersfield Giants, Loney, but Chester Butler opens the scoring here. 13 minutes gone on the clock. It was a lovely line ball from Patton towards Butler. Butler was through a gap, and there was nothing that Croft, Carter or Maludi could do. The Bulls are up and running here at Odsal Stadium this afternoon. 4 minutes gone. Sorry, 13 minutes gone. 4 points to nil. And that was Chester Butler rolling back the years there. He'll enjoy that one on the highlight reel. Just showing Akin Maludi that outside edge. And Brett Carter, he was trying to twist and turn his body around. But Chester Butler, too much power, too much pace. Head down towards the corner. The kick predictor here for Dick Patton. It's at 54%. Patton, 2 from 2 last week. He's 32 for 36 in the season. Just 4 misses all year. How's the radar, Deck? He'll strike the post. And that one's gone to the left-hand side of the post. It must have been close. They were cheering in the main stand. He goes out to 36 for 37. John Keir, Mark Dunning. With 14 minutes gone on the clock here at Odsal Stadium this afternoon. They'll be relatively delighted with a fast start that the Bulls have come up with. They lead the Barrow Raiders by 4 points to nil here on West Yorkshire Radio and West Yorkshire Rugby League. Well, last weekend it was very interesting because Barrow suffered their first league defeat since 2019 at home against the Batley Bulldogs. And as I made a point on social media, from the York City Knights in 3rd all the way down to Halifax Panthers in 10th, you've got 8 teams separated by 2 games or less. That is a very tight, compact mid-table to say we are approaching a third of the season gone already. We're just waiting for a kicking tee here at Odsal Stadium for Jared Samet to get the restart back underway, so the clock is stopped with just shy of 16 minutes gone. You can hear the supporters below our commentary position here. They're not happy with what they perceive to be a bit of a delay of game, but I can assure you, if you're a rugby league player for the Barrow Raiders, you've disconceded the first try. You want to get straight back out there and take the game back to the Bradford Bulls. So, Bradford 4, Barrow no score here as Jared Samet goes long and high into the in-goal area, dealt with there by Jordan Lilly. Lilly now to Skur. And Eben Skur makes 15 valuable metres on tackle win on the restart for John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. He'll play the ball with Skur. Dawson Jones in there at dummy half. He was the sole try scorer for the Bulls last week in that 8-6 win over the London Broncos in the capital. Plays the ball just shy of the 20-metre line. 3rd tackle gone, Steve Crossley. Bradford 25 shy of halfway now, centre field position. It's going to go out of dummy half from Doyle. Doyle up to the Bradford 40-metre line before he's brought down there by Josh Wood. Also involved in that tackle is Danny Langtree. That's tackle number 4 gone. The 10 shy of halfway. Patton, boot to ball, kicks early, into space. He's going to turn around, Hakim Maludi, kicks between Maludi and Toll. Maludi has to take it from his own try line. Maludi throws a little bit of a shape and a dummy, but he can't get past England. Although he's somehow smuggled the ball out the back door. But no sooner has he smuggled the ball out the back door there towards Shane Toll. Shane Toll is brought down on the 10-metre line where Hakim Maludi would have originally been brought down. Brett Carter's playing the ball in a centre field position. 20 out from the Barrow try line. Back to come down the middle channel here with Jack Croft. This is one of those sets of 6 where Barrow are just letting the forwards have a little bit of a breather, you feel, as Ellis Gillam on 4th tackle carries Barrow up to their own 40-metre line. The defence of the Bradford Bulls, it has to be admired here because Barrow once again restricted to just 35 metres or so on the last tackle as Samet kicks from just inside his own half of the field. Taken on the full by Welsh international Elliot Keir. Keir not tackled. Referee Fearless is played on. He's allowed to pass the ball on the inside to Miller. Miller, hop, skip and jump. Carries Bradford 25 out from their own try line on tackle number 1. 16 and a half minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium. It's the Bradford Bulls 4, Barrow Raiders no score. If you're just joining us, Chester Butler opening the scoring for the Bradford Bulls in the 13th minute. Lovely line ball from Patton to Butler. Butler showing too much power and pace to go around the Barrow Raiders left edge. Crossley inside the Barrow half of the field here. Tackles remaining for the Bradford Bulls. Already they've made 50. Make that 55 metres now on this set of 6 as it goes from Kia to Murphy. Murphy's brought down and he's heading towards touch, but he just puts the handbrake on. He's 22 metres out from the Barrow line on the last tackle. Bradford getting over the advantage line here. Lilly back to Patton. Patton. That's come off a Barrow player. Ben Failer says it's a charge down. Jared Samet has recovered possession here for the Barrow Raiders. And referee Ben Failer is just going to stop the clock here because Barrow have a player down, just receiving a little bit of attention. It was the charge down that had come in from that deck pattern kick. And we've just got a bit of a stoppage in play here because he charged the ball down with his forehead. And referee Ben Failer not giving the 6 again there. So there'll just be a little bit of a delay and stoppage in play here at Odsal Stadium. But certainly, you know, when John Keir talks about the confidence and the consistency, you're always looking for that. You're always wanting that consistency. You know you're never going to get the perfect game of rugby league. I remember asking John in a press conference a couple of years ago, has he ever had the perfect game of rugby league, whether or not he was coach of the Sheffield Eagles or Hull FC, Wakefield, Castleford, and you know, John quite rightly said, you know, he's never had the perfect game of rugby league. He's never seen it, and you never will see it. But in terms of just doing the small things right, it's all about building that consistency. And thus far, with 18 and a half minutes gone here at Odsal Stadium, with Barrow back in possession up to halfway here with Josh Wood, Bradford just doing that and a little bit more in defence as Lilly wraps Wood up alongside Murphy and Crossley. Out of dummy half, it's going to go from Carter to Forster to Samet. Samet on that right-hand edge now gives the ball to Jared Stack. Stack's brought down 20 metres out from the Bradford line. Chance for Barrow. They've not had many opportunities inside the Bradford half of the field. This deep in, the 10 metres out now with Ellis Gillum, who carries Barrow 10 metres out underneath the post on the last tackle. Samet calls for the ball. Instead, it goes towards Carter. Carter threads one through. Lilly has palmed it into the in-goal area. That one's live. It's bobbling, it's bouncing. Aaron Murphy, he will dive. He'll palm the ball dead. And that's a well-earned repeat set of 6 that has been forced by the Barrow Raiders. So they've forced their first goal line dropout of the game. It's a repeat set of 6 here for Paul Carey's side.
Again, we've got ball. Come on, Gate.
And as we said, Barrow Raiders in recent weeks arrive at Odsal. No win in the last 3 games. They had the Challenge Cup wins over Rochdale, Workington before the narrow 30 points to 16 loss at home to Huddersfield. Either side of that loss to Huddersfield was an 18 points apiece draw at home to London, and then their first defeat in 18 months against the Batley Bulldogs last weekend. Here come Barrow now on that restart from the goal line dropout, the 10 metres out from the Bradford try line. In there at dummy half, the ball moves from Gary Rayler towards Samet. Samet over on that right-hand edge to Melody. Melody taking the Bradford line on, but can't get past Chest to Butler. Butler just dumps Melody on his back. He'll get to his feet, will Melody. He'll play the ball. It'll go down the middle with Stack. Stack's going to be brought down on tackle number 4, right underneath the Bradford post. They're 5 metres out here, the Barrow Raiders. It goes from Wood to Samet. Samet, they've lost the ball over the line. It was a bullet pass from Samet. And Barrow have gone oh so close there to getting their first points of the afternoon. But once again, it was a very static Bradford Bulls defence. They were just happy to let Barrow come towards them. And it was just that bullet pass there from Samet to Sam Brooks, who's just come on the field. Paul Carey's first interchange of the afternoon. And he was just having a little glance at Steve Crossley and Brad England there with Sam Brooks. And that is a forfeiture of the afternoon for the Barrow Raiders. Well, John Keir said the Bulls, they had to start strong, take the game to Barrow. And they've certainly revved up in this opening 20 minutes here as Ben Thaler from the scrum. 10 metres out, he'll penalise Barrow for being offside inside the 10. It's a low penalty count from referee Thaler. 3 penalties so far, 2 to the Bulls, 1 to the Raiders. Jordan Lilly fires the Bulls up to halfway. Steve Crossley's done a good 20-minute spell. Ben Evans is out there on the field. And now it's going to go to Sker on tackle 1. Couple of metres inside the Barrow half of the field. Doyle's in at dummy half. Gives it down the middle with Baldwinson. The former York City Knights man rolled over. He is 10 metres inside the Barrow half of the field. Lilly now to Evans. Flat-looking ball. Officials allow play to continue here with Doyle to Lilly again. Lilly caught on the shoulder there. Good defence from Danny Langtree. Lilly gets a quick play of the ball in centre field here with Evans. Now it goes to Patton. Patton, a lovely line ball into the arms of Butler, and they're on the last tackle, the Bradford Bulls, 10 metres out. Centre field play here from Patton. Crossfield kick looking for Murphy. Barrow have lost the ball, and Bradford will get a repeat set of 6 here because it's Gary Reeler, the former St Helens man. He's come up with an error, a 5th error, and that was clever play there from Dick Patton. That crossfield kick, pinpoint accuracy, perfectly weighted. Take a bow, Aaron Murphy. He caused pandemonium, and that ball was just through the fingertips of Gary Wheeler. And it's a scrum, head and feet to the Bulls. We've had 22 minutes gone on the clock here at Odsal Stadium. It's West Yorkshire Radio. Also Bulls TV. Mick, the game caller Gledel. As it goes from Patton. Touch the Barrow hand. Referee Failer stops the clock. He will put the scrum down again. Could see what Patton was trying to do. He was trying to involve that left edge, that very potent left edge, which now, if you include the try for Butler, Gill and Miller,
no penalties.
It's had 12 tries so far this season, and that's good going, considering Bradford have scored 29 in all competitions. They're looking for their 30th try of the season here. Scrum, packed down and reset. Patton to Lilly, to Kia. Kia taking that left edge on. He's brought down 5 metres out from the line. Referee Ben Failer says there's a late challenge here. One of the Barrow players has led with the elbow. Bradford are not going to go for the 2. They're going to go for 4, potentially 6. And now Ben Evans has been caught high. And Bradford already awarded their 5th penalty now. So the penalty's coming in quick succession. Referee Ben Failer just has a word in the ear of Sam Brooks about the tackling technique. Once again, the Bulls, they're not going to go for 2. They're going to go for 4 or 6. Could be a crucial set of 6 this for the Bulls, because this is a 3rd set of 6 now inside the Barrow 10-metre line. You almost suspect penalty. 10 minutes. Ben Failer, he's had enough. He's going to the back pocket. Strong officiating from an experienced Super League official. Ben Failer, he had a word with Sam Brooks. Sam Brooks continued to hold down in the tackle, and Sam Brooks will leave the field in the 24th minute here for a professional foul. Persistent offending is what Ben Failer is saying. He's just said to Jared Samet, he did put you on the team warning, and Barrow are still on the team warning, so they could be down again. And there's another penalty here, right in front of the post, and all of a sudden the penalty count now is 7 penalties to the Bulls, 1 to Barrow, and John Keir keeps the kicking tee on the sideline. Bradford might just fancy their chances with the numerical advantage here at Odsal Stadium. Ben Evans very nearly lifted above the horizontal here. Barrow could find themselves down to 11 as it goes out wide to Patton to Lilly. Samet tries to pinch the ball one-on-one from Lilly. Lilly's lifted and rolled over on his back. He's dunked unceremoniously there. Gets up a little bit groggily as it goes back down the middle here with Sker. Sker's brought down there by Langtree and Forster. They're still 5 metres out here, the Bradford Bulls, knocking on the door. Will someone let them in? Patton towards the Barrow line. Patton past Maludi. Patton is pushed back in the field of play by Jared Stack. He's 2 metres out from that Barrow try line. Dick Patton plays the ball. Doyle now to Baldwinson, to Lilly. Lovely, effective, efficient hands as it goes wide towards Murphy. Murphy holds the brakes, and Bradford on the last tackle. And let's give credit to the Barrow Raiders defence. They're on the last tackle. They'll look to keep the Bulls out here. Crossfield kick from Lilly. Looking for Gill. Gill palms it out wide towards Miller. Miller loses the ball behind him, but that's good tackling there from Brett Carter. And also Jared Samet, the former Bradford man. And after all that pressure on the Barrow line, Bradford just couldn't break this Barrow Raiders solidity and
goal.
resilience
Big goal.
in defence,
Go,
and
Barry!
that will please Paul Carey.
Go.
Bradford 4, Barrow no score here at Odsal Stadium. 26 minutes gone on the clock, and it's a penalty to Barrow. The ball's come loose in the tackle. Ben Thaler says Kieran Gildek-Patton. Also Jordan Baldwinson, the three Bradford players involved in that tackle. So we'll just take a breath, a bit of breather. Sam Brooks in the bin for persistent infringements in the ruck.
Cross his line.
Barrow down to 12 men for the next 8.5 minutes. But that could be a costly penalty the Bulls have conceded, as Barrow now are tapping the ball 40 metres out from the Barrow try line as they make a couple of interchanges with Nathan Mossop coming on the field. And we're about to see Moses Mustafa and George Flanagan come on the field here for John Keir. So he's making a double interchanges, John Keir. We've got 12 minutes to go to half-time, and now there's a penalty to Barrow just to the right-hand side of the post here, because Gildek-Patton is adjudged to have just pushed the neck of the Barrow player behind in the tackle. We know Ben Thaler sent Patton to the sin bin in the recent 21-20 home win here against the Bulldogs, and he's just had a quiet word with Patton as Ben Thaler. So all of a sudden we were praising the low penalty count. We've just had 7 penalties in 7 minutes. And they're going to go for 2 points here, Barrow. The no points are going to be at a premium this afternoon. We're just shy of the 30-minute mark at Odsal Stadium. Looks like we could be about to have another Betfred Championship thriller for your listening ears. And I tell you what, you've got to give Paul Carey and the Barrow Raiders a lot of credit for what they've just achieved there, because they had the life sucked out of them. Bradford, they had the 3 repeat sets of 6. They had the opportunity to go for 2 points. They spurned it. They backed themselves. They backed the confidence, their ability to cross the Barrow line. Barrow, they showed that defensive resilience, that solidity, like the Bulls have shown in their past 5 encounters. And now Barrow have turned and used that defensive solidity against them. And there's a chance here for former Bradford Bull favourite Jared Samet to narrow the deficit to 2 points. The Maltese international, the kick predictor, it's at 88%. It's 15 metres to the right-hand side of the post, 15 metres out. It's pretty much a central position. Jared Samet starts his run-up. Have we got a 2-point game here at Odsal with 10 minutes out from half-time? It's the Bradford Bulls 4, the Barrow Raiders 2. And just 2 points separate these championship heavyweights here at Odsal Stadium. And we are in the 29th minute here on West Yorkshire Radio, West Yorkshire Rugby League, and of course Bulls TV for those that like to watch the games later on in the week. So Samet goes out to 1 from 1. He was 3 from 3 last weekend in that 30 points to 18 home defeat against the Batley Bulldogs.
Very nice of you, Declan.
And we're just about to hit the 30th minute here. So 10 to go to half time. Barrow narrowing the deficit despite that numerical disadvantage with Sam Brooks in the bin. Patton's restart. Taken in. On tackle number 1 by Charlie Emsley, who's just come on the field. Barrow offloading the ball. Here goes Jake Carter, who is one of those 7 changes made by Paul Carey for Ryan Johnston this afternoon. Don't forget, Bradford still 5 players out. No Rhys Evans, Sam Scott, Ant Walker, Dan Fleming, Adam Horner, Dee Fuggin Johnson and Marcus Green helping the Midland Hurricanes to an emphatic victory against Cornwall Rugby League earlier on. Barrow now, they're inside the Bradford half of the field on the last tackle, although referee Ben Thaler has just given the Raiders 6 again on that last tackle, and that could be costly here for the Bulls. We've got 9 minutes to go to half time, and the Barrow Raiders have a chance to post their first try and go back to back on the scoreboard here. Jared Stacks brought down tackle 2. 8 metres out. In there at dummy half is Nathan Mossop. Mossop to Samet. Samet to Carter. Carter, lovely line ball, and that's a great pass along the line, and it will see Danny Langtree into the arms of Gary Wheeler, and Gary Wheeler will give Barrow back-to-back scores here. Jared Samet with that penalty in the 29th minute. With 9 minutes to half-time here, it's now Bradford 4, it's the Barrow Raiders 6. Because Gary Wheeler, he took the ball from Langtree. It was a lovely edged angle run. And Gary Wheeler, he has given the Raiders their first lead of the afternoon here at Odsal Stadium. And don't forget, this is all while the Raiders having that numerical disadvantage with Sam Brooks sent to the sin bin for repeat infringements. Well, George Flanagan and Moses Mustafa are out there on the field, but because of the penalty and then the restart and the 6 again, Bradford have not had a real opportunity to use or utilise George Flanagan and Moses Mustafa, who of course have come off the bench. Bradford making 2 changes this afternoon, Crossley for Kabula, Mustafa for Wallace. Again, no Rhys Evans, illness, Sam Scott knee, Ant Walker knee, Dan Fleming torn pec, and Adam Horner out with a knock. Kick predictor here for Jared Samet, right on this main stand touchline. It's at 42%. Samet there, just composing himself, knows Odsal very well from his previous spell here. Referee stopped the clock because Samet has taken the allotted 60 seconds. A chance here now for a crucial extra 2 points here for Barrow. This game could be going the distance this afternoon on West Yorkshire Radio. Samet strikes the pose, it's curling, and that will creep in. That right hand upright, a superb touchline conversion from Jared Samet, and it's the Bradford Bulls 4, Barrow Raiders 8 here at Odsal Stadium. We're in the 33rd minute here, and all of a sudden the Bulls, after all that momentum and the pressure and possession inside the Barrow half of the field, well, they might just be asking questions. How on earth have they allowed Barrow to score 8 points? But like I said, Barrow using reverse psychology. They were using the Bulls' own defence against them. So here we go, back underway. Bradford just want to keep an eye on the discipline. As we say, they've given away 2 penalties and a set restart after Ben Thaler had awarded Bradford 6 penalties in quick succession, which also resulted in Sam Brooks being sent to the bench. Barrow on the restart here with Carl Forster. Forster's in a centre field position, brought down by Mustafa and Flanagan. 5 shy of halfway here. Ball's come loose and it's another penalty here to Barrow. Referee Ben Thaler, he'll say Moses Mustafa just had a little touch of the ball and knocked it out, and all of a sudden, penalty count, evening itself up. Bradford have had 7. Barrow now up to 4 penalties. And Bradford have been starved of the ball now for nearly 6 minutes. So this is a crucial period in this game as Jared Samet fires Barrow 40 metres out from the Bradford Bulls try line as the Raiders potentially go hunting for back-to-back-to-back scores, and that would be a huge blow ahead of half-time. We've got 5.5 minutes remaining here. 34 minutes gone at Odsal. Samet now towards Carter. Carter to Melude. Melude to Toll. Back on the inside to try scorer Wheeler. Wheeler's rolled over. 15 metres out by Murphy and Flanagan in a 2-man tackle. Melude's in there at dummy half. It goes to Carter. Carter now to Emsley. Emsley's brought down 8 metres out. Barrow once again knocking on that Bradford Bulls try line as it goes out of dummy half from Mossop. Mossop towards Melude. Melude puts the fending on England, draws in that support, and they're giving it hot potatoes to fear the Barrow Raiders. The kick comes in behind from Carter, and to save the day is Elliot Keir. In fact, it's Chester Butler who comes across from that far stand touchline, and Chester Butler, safety first, the live ball in the Bulls in goal area, he will just boot it dead, and it's another goal line dropout that's been forced here by the Barrow Raiders, and it's now been 7.5 minutes. The Bulls have been starved of possession here. So another set of 6 on the Bulls line for the Bulls to try and defend. If you're just joining us, we are 4 minutes out from half-time here. Bradford Bulls 4, Barrow Raiders 8, trying to Chester Butler in the 13th minute. A penalty from Samet on the 29th. And then on back of that penalty from Samet, Gary Wheeler going in. Bradford have not had the ball for 8 minutes now. Barrow back to come down the middle with Sam Brooks, who's had his spell out of the sin bin. So that gives you an idea of just how long Bradford have not had the ball, but they've got the ball here because Sam Brooks has come up with an error, and now Bradford have caught the Barrow Raiders offside inside the 10. Patton wants to get proceedings underway. We're just a couple of minutes away from half-time, and the Bulls supporters, they're trying to inject a bit of enthusiasm and energy on this Bradford Bulls side here. We've got 4 minutes to go to half-time here. Tackle number 1 of a fresh set of 6 by Murphy. The former Huddersfield Wakefield man will get to his feet, he'll play the ball. He'll go from Lilly. Lily now towards Doyle, who's
Back
playing
in,
in that
Callum,
loose
mate, Tom.
forward role. Flanagan's in
8-2.
there at dummy half. 20 metres out, Doyle plays the ball. Moses Mustafa takes the Barrow line on, and he's rolled over 15 metres out. Bradford have 3 tackles remaining on this set of 6. Can they get their second try of the afternoon? A crucial period in this game as it goes from Lily now to England. England full steam ahead. Cole on the furnace. England still going. Rolled over. 5 metres out from the Barrow Raiders try line. Murphy's in there at dummy half. Lily sets the Bulls attacking platform, spots a gap, goes through the gap. Gap extinguished. Quick play the ball. They're on the last tackle. The Bulls here. It goes back to Patton. Patton, crossfield kick, looking for Gill again, but Brett Carter does well. He takes it, a leap of faith, and Bradford might just want to reassess the attacking options because they've tried that 3 times now, and on all 3 occasions, the Barrow Raiders have dealt with the initial kick. There was when Brett Carter, he hit terra firma, he was rolled over into touch, but you might just want to change your tactics here, and no sooner have Barrow got possession, there's a high tackle on Brett Carter, and that is Barrow's 5th penalty of the afternoon. So, first half, we've had 15 penalties if you include the 2 set restarts. Bradford ahead on the penalty count by 8 penalties to 5, so it's a high penalty count here at Odsall, and a lot of these penalties have come in the last 15 minutes. Barrow up to halfway here with Samet. Samet to Brooks. Brooks is brought down. Barrow had a fantastic win on the road in round 5, beating the Widnes Vikings by 34 points to 24. They're looking for the first win at Odsall since 1963. 59 years. It's a long time between drinks as Samet takes the Bulls line on. It goes out wide to Malouda. Bull supporters getting a little bit frustrated because Malouda is allowed to offload the ball behind him to Carter. Carter, though, can't really make much ground forward. He'll play the ball, though, 30 metres out. We've got 90 seconds remaining here at Odsall at the end of the first half as Carl Forster goes straight down the middle. Doyle and Moses Mustafa have to come in and shut the door there on Carl Forster. He'll get to play the ball in. Mossa powder dummy half to Samet. Samet crossfield kick. Brett Carter's lost that forward. Knock on, says Ben Thaler, and he will say it will be a play the ball for the Bradford Bulls on their own 10-metre line. Referee Thaler will stop the clock. 55 seconds to go to half time. Well, both the Bulls and the Raiders trying that clever, intricate crossfield kick, perfectly weighted. It's interesting that both sides are using that tactic this afternoon. Referee's just going to stop the clock because there's a player down on the main stand side receiving a little bit of treatment. Looks like it might be Brett Carter, the winger, the former Workington Town man.
2 minutes, mate.
Yeah, it is. It's Brett Carter. Carter's just getting to his feet.
Not by you. The whole team, penalty. No, not by
Nothing
you.
really to say between
I think you
Brett
have 2
Carter and Jared Samet.
Two guys.
Mythical biblical figures.
2 minutes, mate.
Almost like you could get Noah's Ark down here at Odsall and they'd be jumping on. Anyway, Bradford 4, Barrow 8. 40 seconds out from half-time here at Odsall on the clock. Miller, tackle 1. Looking like Barrow are going to take a very narrow 4-point lead into the sheds at half-time as Elliot Keir goes out of dummy half. Real attritional stuff here at Odsall Stadium. Lily takes the Barrow line on here. 5 shy of halfway, centre field position. There's 20 seconds left on our stopwatch. It goes now from Doyle to Mustafa. Mustafa loses the ball behind him. It's gone backwards. Flanagan has it. Flanagan's away. Flanagan twisted and turning. And it's a 6 again because Flanagan's been held down in the tackle. So a set restart for the Bradford Bulls. There's 15 seconds remaining on the clock as England's lost the ball behind him. But the referee's going to say knock on. That looked like it had gone behind Brad England. The touch judge comes on. Referee Ben Thaler will say loose carry against the Bradford man. Head and feet to Barrow. And this will surely be the final play of the first half here. So we're into first half time added on. And it still remains on the scoreboard here at Odsall Stadium in this rearranged round 4 fixture from the Betfred Championship. It's the Bradford Bulls 4, the Barrow Raiders 8. The only championship fixture taking place this afternoon, and a chance for both the Bulls and the Raiders
Correct, I didn't put it on,
to
did I?
just slotting nicely in that third
Not well.
spot
Right.
behind
Okay,
Featherstone
wait there, please.
and Lee.
Wait for the call, fellas. Wait for the call.
Well, the scrum just about to be formed here, 20 metres out. Bradford
No,
just
hey,
pushing and shoving. They're
Just a
trying to
minute,
win the
don't
ball
even
back
bounce.
from the scrum.
Don't think.
Ben Thaler's
It's
having a
fine, and
chat
so
there with
he's
Dick
ready.
Padden and Elliot
Bring
Keir.
Kieran back.
And he's going to say, if you're going to push...
Well, that ain't enough.
Oh, well, someone's given dissent now. I think Dick Padden has questioned the decision. And Ben Thaler says it's a penalty to Barrow for dissent. There goes the hooter. We said it was imminent.
1 point
Joel
for me.
Carter, he
Good
will
night.
find touch
Back it.
on this main stand
Back it.
side. There'll be one final play here. Mossop to Jake Carter. Carter to Forster. Half-time here at Odsall Stadium. It is a low-scoring, tight, tense affair here from the Betfred Championship. It's the Bradford Bulls for the Barrow Raiders 8. Chester Butler opening the scoring in the 13th minute. It was a lovely cut. They've been awarded 8 penalties, 2 set restarts. Barrow, well, the Bulls have had a bit of ill discipline themselves. They've conceded 6 penalties and the set restart. Barrow, via the boot of Samet or Jake Carter, they've forced 2 repeat sets of 6.
Andy.
Well, just want to say good afternoon to Kath and Chris listening in sunny Marmaris. I think it's Marmaris, I think they're going to. Anyway, we're going to continue. Samet to get proceedings underway at the start of this second half. He goes long and deep and high, and that goes in the Bradford 10-metre line, dealt with there by Elliot Keir. And we're back up and away here for the start of the second half proceedings. Elliot Keir's brought down 10 out from his own try line, as Steve Crossley now carries Bradford out the 20 up to the Bulls 30-metre line. And already the Bulls, you feel, they've had a bit of a half-time team talk from John Keir, and this is a very strong, fast start from John Keir and the Bradford Bulls. They've got to take the game to Barrow, and here they are with Butler. Butler, 30 metres out now from the Barrow line. They've gone 70 metres already on the restart. Doyle towards Patton to Mustafa. Moses Mustafa's brought down just outside the 20. And referee Ben Thaler says 5th and last tackle. A strong, fast start here for the Bulls. Patton, hang time, looking for Gill. Puts Carter under pressure. And the former Workington Town current Barrow winger is rolled over 5 metres out from his own try line. So a good, strong, fast start for John Keir and the Bulls. They've got a good attacking platform here from which to build on, because Barrow, 2 tackles gone on their first set of 6 at the start of the second half. They're playing the ball still inside their own 10-metre line, as Bradford just hair out of that defensive 10, and they're doing really well. Moses Mustafa and Tom Doyle. John Keir praising Tom Doyle last week. He made 40-plus tackles against the London Broncos alongside Chester Butler, and that's big minutes, big metres, big tackles. And John Keir will certainly call on that resilience and resolving defence. Barrow restricted to just 30 metres. They're inside their own half here as the kick comes in here from Jake Carter. Carter straight down the throat of former Hull FC man Matty Dawson-Jones. 4 tries for the season, Matty Dawson-Jones. And he's going to be brought down 25 out from his own try line. Gill's in there at dummy half. Back down the middle, it's going to go with Butler. Now it goes to Murphy. Murphy's playing the ball, 10 shy of halfway. Gill goes straight out of dummy half, carries the ball up to the halfway line. Good field position here for the Bulls. Patton's in at dummy half. He puts the fending, does Patton. Tries to win the penalty from Ben Thaler. Here goes Ryan Miller. It's the speed out of dummy half here. Barrow can't deal with it. They're 18 metres out here. They're on the last tackle. It goes from Doyle to Patton. Patton's looking for Gill again. And the ball's been lost over the line by Chester Butler. But referee Ben Thaler will give a penalty here, and he will say Chester Butler has taken out the Barrow player in the act of trying to ground the ball there. And that will be a first penalty and a huge let-off here for the Barrow Raiders. A bit of respite after an opening 3-minute barrage of Bulls pressure. So penalty count 8 to the Bulls, 7 to the Raiders. That one for Chester Butler and Kieran Gill, taking the Barrow player out off the ball. Barrow up to halfway. Mossop to Samet, now to Carter. Jake Carter coming in for Ryan Johnston this afternoon in that standoff half roll. Back down the middle here with Sam Brooks. Brooks meets Crossley head on. the two prop forwards collide and crash. 40 out from the Bradford try line. Mossop in there at dummy half. Now to Carter. Carter out wide to Melody. Melody puts boot to ball. That one's going towards touch. Shane Towell has it, and Towell recovers possession here for Barrow. They're saying it was played at Barrow. I've not seen the signal from Ben Thaler. We'll quickly see on this tackle here. As once again Sam Brooks is brought down, and referee Thaler says it wasn't played at by the Bradford man, so it is indeed the fifth and last tackle. It goes now to Samet. Another crossfield kick, this time putting pressure on Miller. Knock on from Carter. We'll go back to the 10. Bradford will reset and reload. And here at Odsall Stadium on West Yorkshire Radio, it remains the Bradford Bulls 4, the Barrow Raiders 8, in a real tight, tense game from the Betfred Championship. As we said, next weekend Bradford will host Halifax here on Good Friday under the floodlights. That will be a 7 o'clock kickoff. So from the play the ball, Matty Dawson-Jones brought down 25 metres shy of halfway. Bradford in possession in their own half of the field. Kia through a gap. Kia up to halfway. Over halfway. Elliot Kia adjudged to have gone behind Ryan Miller, and that is a controversial penalty. Ben Thaler says Elliot Kia just shot behind Ryan Miller. There's a Barrow player down inside the Bradford half of the field. And referee Ben Thaler is going to stop the clock here. And it's 8 penalties apiece now. So a bit of a scrappy, ill-disciplined performance from both sides. 45 minutes gone on the clock. 35 minutes remaining here at Odsall Stadium. And as we said, there was 3 meetings between the two sides in 2019. The Bulls completing a league double over Barrow, including a 26-14 win at Odsall. Barrow did taste success in the 1895 Cup when a youthful Bradford side went down 50 points to 6 at Craven Park. The youngest ever Bulls side. And we've got a HIA here, a head injury assessment. So we'll see Charlie Emsley leave the field.
Number 17, Charlie Emsley, being replaced by number 16, Tom Hopkins.
So Charlie Emsley leaves the field. Tom Hopkins comes in. Samet's found touch inside the Bradford 20-metre line. It's going to be a quick tap penalty here from Wakefield Trinity loanee Jack Croft. Croft held up over the Bradford try line. We're going to go back to the 10-metre line here. Croft wants to get a quick play of the ball in. Referee Ben Thaler says he has to play it parallel with where he was held up over the line. He can't move the ball and play the ball centre field toward the post. That's what the delay was there. Here goes Brooks down the middle channel. Mustafa and Crossley, the two changes for the Bulls this afternoon involved in that tackle there. Mossop, short ball. Barrow trying to cross over the Bulls line here with Stack. Stack's brought down on tackle number 3. It's Bradford 4, Barrow 8 here. As Mossop now to Forster. Forster, lovely short ball to Hopkins. Hopkins hasn't grounded the ball. Ben Thaler says it's in the field of play. Barrow right on top of the Bradford try line here. Mossop now. It's going to go to Carter. Carter towards the Bradford line. He's held up. He's got it down. He's got it down, Jake Carter. Ben Thaler points the finger. And Barrow have opened the scoring right at the start of this second half. We've had 46 minutes gone. And Jake Carter twisting and turning. There was 4 Bradford defenders around him. And somehow Jake Carter has grounded the ball to the left side of the post. And Barrow, they've not won here at Odsall in their last 14 meetings with the Bradford Bulls. Barrow's last victory here at Odsall was a 29-0 win on the 23rd of November, 1963. And that's a very special day for those of the science fiction variety, because that, of course, is the day when Doctor Who, starring William Hartnell, was born 59 years ago.
I know, but they have a minute and 20.
The Bulls supporters not happy with that decision. They felt he was held up. You've got to give Ben Thaler the benefit of the doubt. He was right on top of that. Very difficult to see from the commentary box up here at Odsall whether or not that was grounded, but it was lovely weaving footwork from Jake Carter, who's coming for Ryan Johnston this afternoon. The kick predictors at 100%. Samet from right in front. This to open up a double-digit lead over the Bradford Bulls at Odsal Stadium. Could be crucial come the 80th minute. Samet about to go out to free from free. And with it, the Bradford Bulls, they'll have to fight back from a 2-score deficit. Samet pilots the ball between the posts. This Betfred Championship tie between the Bulls and the Raiders is going the way of the men from the Cumbrian Peninsula, because it's the Bradford Bulls 4, it's Barrow Raiders 14. And that was a little bit too easy for Jake Carter there to cross the Bradford try line. What's the Bulls' resolve like now? They're going to go for the short restart here with Patton. But that one's been dealt with there by Jack Croft. Croft's going to be brought down 12 shy of halfway. And you just suspect here now the Bulls, they just want to keep the composure here. There's 33 minutes to go in this game. That is a lot of time, a lot of minutes for the Bulls to try and turn this fixture around. 10 points. It's certainly salvageable at this stage in this game. Mossop in at dummy half to Samet. Samet along the line to Brooks, to Carter. Carter now giving the ball towards Langtree. The former Oldham man rolled over. He's 25 out from the Bradford line on the restart. It's Bradford 4, Barrow 14 here as Carter gives the ball to Hopkins. Hopkins is brought down on the last tackle. The 20 metres out here, Barrow on the restart. They're looking for more points with Carter. Carter high-hanging kick looking for Reeler and Toll. He's found Toll. Toll's lost the ball behind him. Barrow are going to score here. That's a try. Something out of nothing from the Barrow Raiders. The ball clearly went behind from Shane Toll, and the grateful recipient is Nathan Mossop. So Nathan Mossop, the Raiders, they've gone back-to-back just like they did in the first half. And dear oh dear, is there about to be a championship shock on the cards? Well, the form book would suggest Barrow very likely to be edged favourites here this afternoon, despite those 3 games that they'd lost on the bounce. Well, the 3 games that they'd not picked up any points if you include the cup defeat, the defeat against Batley, and of course the 18-all draw with the London Broncos. But Nathan Mossop, he was on hand. Nothing wrong with the ball. Out the back from Shane Toll. And the Bradford Bulls, their situation now has just gone a little bit critical here at Odsal Stadium. There's 31 minutes to go on the clock. The kick predictor for Jared Samet, it's at 66%, and it's 10 metres in from the far stand touchline. The kick towards the main stand corner, it's right in that corner. And Samet now, can he add on the extra 2 points? Samet, between the posts, 4 from 4 for Jared Samet. And here at Odsal Stadium, we've just hit the 50th minute. And it's been a barnstorming start to this second half. The opening 5 minutes, it was all the Bulls. A barrage and surge of Bulls pressure. They couldn't breach the Raiders' line. And we've just had back-to-back tries for the Barrow Raiders and Paul Carey's side. First up, it was Jake Carter. Lovely weaving run to the line. Then it was a last tackle play. Samet crossfield kick into the arms of Shane Towell. Towell had sucked in Miller and Gill. He somehow got the ball out the back door. And it was a simple pick up and scoop and put over the Bulls line from Nathan Mossop. And here at Odsal Stadium on West Yorkshire Radio, West Yorkshire Rugby League, it's Bradford 4. Barrow 20 here, and Barrow back on the restart, already inside the Bradford half of the field here with Carl Forster. Forster's going to be brought down 42 metres out. What's the response like from the Bradford Bulls? Elliot Hall has just come on the field here for the Bulls, and Barrow have come up with a boo-boo at dummy half. Nathan Moss up there knocking on. That's their 7th error of this game, and a chance now for Bradford to just build and hope that they are the next team to score, because you suspect even at this stage, with 29 minutes remaining if it's the Barrow Raiders
Jack, no penalty,
crossing
mate.
for what would be
Hey, fine, lad.
their
Hey.
4th try of the afternoon.
Hey.
That could be curtains for the Bulls.
Out. Well done, boys.
How's the Bulls' character?
Well, move,
How's the
man.
Bulls'
Move,
resolve?
guys,
How's the
move.
Bulls'
Finish,
resilience
finish.
now? So from the scrum on their own 40-metre line, Elliot Hall, close season signing from the Batley Bulldogs, brought down 5 inside the Barrow half of the field. Out of dummy half here from Tom Doyle. Bradford 30 out now, 2 tackles gone, 3 remaining. They're inside the Barrow half of the field. Crossley to Mustafa, to Lily, to Kia. Kia's rolled over on that right-hand edge. 20 metres out now. Back in centre field, they come now with Lily. Lily to Patton. Patton to Gill. Gill's brought down 12 metres out. Last tackle here for John Keir and the Bulls. They're trailing by 20 points to 4. And there's 28 minutes to go here as Patton drills one towards the in-goal area. And Deck Padden has put a little bit too much on that one, and that one has gone dead. And it's going to be a 6-tackle set coming up here for Paul Carey and the Barrow Raiders. So a little bit of a flat end to that set of 6 there for the Bulls. Barrow from their own 20-metre line. On the 0 tackle. Bradford. They just need a refocus. They can't afford the Barrow Raiders to get the 4th try. You're talking 24, 26 points to 4 from what we've seen in the opening 53 minutes of this game. It's going to need something spectacular for the Bulls to turn it around. Maludi out of dummy half to Forster. Barrow now just going above and over the advantage line, you feel. This is where perhaps you're going to be looking at losing the big men, Sam Scott, Ant Walker and Dan Fleming. Might just have a bit of an impact and edge for Barrow. The 4th tackle's in and the 20 metres out. Sam Brooks is playing the ball. Mossop in at dummy half to Samet. Samet now to Carter. Carter to Hopkins. Hopkins is rolled over. They're 18 metres out to the left-hand side of the post. They're on the last tackle. Carter, kick behind to Hall. Hall just puts the brakes on and takes a tackle. A metre inside the field of play as Murray Dawson-Jones now goes on a run. And he's going to be brought down in a 2-man tackle, led there by Hopkins. And also Stack coming in as that second defender. Bradford, 3 tackles gone. The 15 out from their own try line here. Finding metres a little bit of a premium. There's a bit of a delayed play the ball there. Aaron Murphy not being allowed to get to his feet. Bradford on tackle number 4. 25 out from their own try line here. Kia gets a quick play the ball in. Here goes Miller. Miller tries to fire himself into that Barrow Raiders defensive line. He's up to halfway here. Is Ryan Miller. Quick play the ball from Miller. It's going to go to Lily. Lily, a high, swirling, hanging bomb. Maludi takes it. Oh, he's lost it behind him as Maludi. He was facing his own line there. And Hakim Maludi has just got away with that one. That was great hang time from Jordan Lily. Put it right up into the clouds. Might have visited the International Space Station before coming down. And Maludi, very clever, facing his own line. So if the ball did ricochet, which it did, it was going behind. And he was facing his own line as Eben Skur comes back out on the field for his second contribution. Interchanging with Steve Crossley. We've had 15 minutes gone of the second half. 25 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. Bradford 4, Barrow 20. Tries in this second half from Jake Carter and Nathan Mossop. Changing the trajectory of where the 2 points could be going this afternoon. Carter on the last tackle. Targets Elliot Hall. Bradford have lost the ball here, and it's a penalty to Barrow because the ball's been knocked on there, and Jordan Lilly is in an offside position. And Ben Thaler now will say that's 9 penalties to 8. Barrow have had 4 penalties in this second half, and now he's marched Bradford back for dissent. And John Keir will not be happy with dissent because this is the 3rd penalty now the Bulls have conceded for back-chatting to the referee. You know, Ben Thaler is an experienced Super League official who has officiated World Club Challenges, Grand Finals, Challenge Cup Finals at Wembley. I can understand the frustration of some of the players, and Ben Thaler just explaining now to Elliot Kia why the penalty was given. There was the knock-on from that kick from Samet. And now Jared Samet has an opportunity to put another thorn in this Bulls side. 4 from 4. Looking to make it 100% and 5 from 5. If anything, this just sucks 90 seconds off the clock.
How long?
And Barrow will get the ball back regardless, providing
22.
Samet kicks it dead. Kick predictor here, 71%. 15 metres out from the Bradford post. Just to the left-hand side. Jared Samet yet to miss this afternoon. The Maltese international once again pilots the ball between the posts. It's Bradford 4, Barrow 22, and we've got 23 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium.
Successful penalty goal.
It's for you, isn't it? Let's get the subject going.
It's been a flat second half from the Bulls. Can they show a response?
Position.
We knew it was going to be a tough game with Barrow coming into town. Bradford, they've lost the ball here from Kieran Gill. It's gone forward. They've gone for the short restart, so everything the Bulls are trying is going in vain.
You're going to say?
Scrum, head and feed here to Barrow on the 30-metre line.
Come and get it off.
Well, some of the Bull supporters, they've seen enough. They're heading for the exits. They've seen enough for this afternoon. There's still a long way to go in this one. I'm not saying they'll be leaving prematurely. Long way to go in this game. 23 minutes to be precise. But it's Bradford 4, Barrow 22 from the scrum. It goes from Mossop to Malouda. Malouda over on that left-hand edge, heading towards touch, but he just applies the brakes as Murphy and Kia bring Akin Malouda down. Back in centre field here. Muzzi's Mustafa. Good contact before Lilly and Evans bring down Gary Wheeler. Wheeler's playing the ball on halfway. Carl Forster back down the middle channel. Lilly, Kia and Evans, the three Bradford defenders there. Mossop goes left towards Danny Langtree. Langtree's brought down 30 metres out from the Bradford line on tackle number 4. Samet now. Malouda. Good, quick, fast hands. They're on the last tackle here, Barrow. 15 metres out. 2 metres in from this main stand side. Carter plays the ball. Samet kicks straight downtown to Patton. And good news for the Barrow Raiders. Charlie Emsley is about to come back on the field after passing his HIA. We're a minute shy of the hour mark here at Odsal Stadium. And Bradford awarded their first penalty of the second half. Is that going to coincide with a late Bradford Bulls fight back here? Strap yourselves in. We could be going the distance, but Bradford, you feel, have to score next. They simply have to score in the next 5 minutes to give themselves a chance. Ebensker, tackle 1. 5 inside the Barrow half of the field. Centre field position. They're going to go on that right-hand edge here now with Lilly. Lilly drops the shoulder. Lilly brought down 25 metres out. Tackle number 2. We've just hit the 60th minute here at Odsal as Ebensker goes down the middle and carries Bradford just inside the Barrow 20-metre line. Here goes Doyle. It goes to Patton. Patton to Butler. Butler's wrapped up on tackle number 4. 10 metres out from the Barrow line. Back in centre field. It's going to go from Patton to Lilly. Lilly to Murphy. Murphy's brought down 5 metres out. And Bradford are on the 5th tackle. Back in centre field. They're going to go here with Patton. Crossfield kick. Looking for Gill again. Carter takes it in goal. And that is going to be a 6th tackle set. And Brett Carter is going to tap it straight on that 20-metre line. And again, you've just got to question, is that crossfield kick the right way to try and get some points on the board for the Bradford Bulls? Because they've tried Malouda, they've tried Carter, they've tried Towell, and this Barrow Raiders defensive line, especially on the edges on those last tackle plays, is dealing with that bombardment, that aerial bombardment from the Bradford Bulls, mainly be it Jordan Lilly or Deck Patton. Here goes Malouda, out of dummy half. Floats the ball out over on this main stand side. There's a chance potentially there for Jack Croft, and he just halts the brakes once again under a tackle from Miller and Gill. The 10 metres inside the Bradford Bulls half of the field as Samet now gives it to Forster. And Carl Forster is wrapped up. 30 out, centre field, the goal left. Early kick in the count here from Jake Carter. Carter looking to test Elliot Hall under pressure. Elliot Hall taken out without the ball. That's 10 penalties apiece now. Back-to-back penalties for the Bulls. Crucially though for the Bulls, the penalties awarded deep inside their own half of the field. Lily wants to get the place kick over with ASAP because there's 18 minutes remaining. And the Bradford Bulls have just found 60 metres there with that boot from Jordan Lilly. They're going to tap the ball just outside the Barrow 20-metre line, and here come the Bulls. They're inside the 20 with Elliot Keir. You almost suspect a try now puts this game back on the burner. Doyle down the middle here with Baldwinson, who's just come back on the field. They're 8, 7, 6, 5 metres out underneath the Barrow post. It's Bradford 4, Barrow 22. 17 minutes left at Odsall as Patton gives the ball to Hall, and Elliot Hall will cross the Barrow line. Telepathic rugby league there. It was Patton to Hall, and here comes the fight back from the Bradford Bulls. It was a costly penalty that Barrow conceded. They took Elliot Hall out in the air. Lily made 60 metres on the place cake, and the Bulls, is this going to be a famous come from behind win for John Keir and the Bulls? Because we're in the 64th minute, the clock and scoreboard against them, but Elliot Hall, he has his first try in the red, amber and black. Patton, he wants to get the conversion over and done with from the touchline. Strap yourselves in. 10 points. The gap. Bradford, the firing in the closing stages. Can the Bulls come up with one of those miraculous Bradford Bulls comebacks?
16 minutes, guys.
Clock is stopped here because Barrow are just taking an absolute eternity to get back to halfway, to get the proceeding underway. We're in the 64th minute here at Odsall Stadium. It's West Yorkshire Radio, West Yorkshire Rugby League. Also going out on Bulls TV. Bradford Bulls 10, Barrow Raiders 22. Referee Ben Failer urging Barrow to just get proceedings underway. The clock has been stopped, it must be said. We're back underway here with Samet. Samet goes high and long. That's going out on the full from Jared Samet. Jared Samet just looks straight up into the clouds here, and all of a sudden the Bulls, they've had the last 3 penalties. The momentum has shifted, and the Bulls are going to find touch over on the far stand side once again from Jordan Lilly, and they're now 20 metres out from the Barrow line. We've got 15 and a half minutes remaining on the clock here at Odsall Stadium. Another try here to the Bulls does put the cap with the pigeons and the mice. Lily now to Patton. Patton drops the shoulder, goes back on the reverb, on the runaround, is still going deck Patton. He takes a tackle. Oh, there's a swinging arm here on deck Patton. One of the Barrow players has gone down on Patton. And Ben Thaler, a big decision to be made here because it's right in front of the post. He's going to stop the clock again, is Ben Thaler. There's 15 and a half minutes to go here. The Bulls supporters, they're wanting to see a card. Ben Thaler will take the report from the touch judge. And it's going to be a card. Barrow down to 12 men. It's 10 minutes in the sin bin. And it's for the swinging arm on deck Patton. Bradford awarded their 12th penalty here. And let me tell you, you can just feel the momentum turning here. He's trying to come on the field here, is Josh Wood. Well, Bradford just want to compose themselves here. They've tried to take the tap penalty before Ben Thaler was ready. So Barrow, they're down to 12 men for the second time in this game. Can Bradford make this numerical advantage count on this occasion? They're 5 metres out from the Barrow try line. Barrow down to 12 men as we see a play the ball here from Skur. Well, it's almost comical here, but Skur's finally going to be allowed to play the ball. Doyle to Jordan Baldwinson. Baldwinson, can he get the ball down? He's held up right on top of the Barrow line. You're talking millimetres there. And the former York City Nightman has to play the ball. It's a 6 again here. And it's a penalty now to Bradford because Barrow are offside inside the 10. That's Bradford's 14th penalty that they've had here this afternoon. And Barrow now on the team warning. Ben Failer's patience wearing thin. It'll be tapped there by Doyle. It goes to Moses Mustafa, the young Leeds Rhinos low knee. And he's halted 5 metres out under the Barrow post. Bradford surging forward here with Doyle. Doyle can't get the ball down. Push back in the field of play. Bradford knocking on that Barrow door. 12 points the gap. Is it about to become 4 or 6 as it's a charge from Skur? Skur pushed back in the field of play. 4 Barrow defenders scrambling. There's chances and opportunities over on that right-hand edge. And that's where the Bulls go now with Lilly to Hall. Hall back on the inside to Kia. Kia plots his course towards the Barrow line. And he's brought down there. That's tackle number 4 for the Bradford Bulls. They're right on top of the Barrow line. It goes from Lilly. Moses Mustafa. He's brought down 2 metres out. Last tackle here for the Bulls. Doyle, Patton to Butler. Butler's lost the ball back and Barrow have recovered possession. It was a bit of an anticlimax for the Bulls. And now Bradford have conceded the penalty because they're offside inside the 10. And Hakim Maloudi, he's absolutely pumped up. He's high-fiving his teammates. And there's another penalty for dissent now. And that's the 4th time that the Bradford Bulls have given dissent to the official. And it's those extra 10 metres that might infuriate John Kia. Because those are the things you can control. If we've got the penalty count spot on, it's 14 penalties to the Bulls, 12 to Barrow. And we've also got 3-1 on the set restart. That's 30 penalties, 30 indiscretions here. And we've still got 13 minutes on the clock here. Can Bradford, against the 12 men of Barrow, stage an unlikely comeback? You almost suspect they had to score on that set. There's still a long time to go in rugby league terms here, as Barrow now 20 metres out from the Bradford line. Down the middle with Hopkins, 4th tackle gone. They're underneath the Bradford post. It goes to Wood, to Carter. Carter out wide to Langtree. Langtree headed towards touch. Barrow somehow keep the ball in play. Carter to Maloudi. Maloudi, still going Maloudi. Maloudi is the sorcerer, is the magician. Maloudi's finally brought down by Gillen Patton. The 15 metres out Barrow, 5 in from touch. They're on the last tackle. Maloudi's this gone 50 metres across the face of the post. He's getting to his feet rather gingerly. He's still on the last tackle here, Hakim Maloudi. Well, referee Ben Failer allowed Maloudi the benefit of the doubt. Samet Distrol's one towards the Bradford line. And Barrow have lost the ball there. It's a knock-on from Josh Wood. And Bradford back in possession here. And they've still got the numerical advantage here, the Bradford Bulls. But crucially, the scoreboard says they're down by 12 at 22 points to 10. The clock says there's less than 12 minutes remaining here at Odsal Stadium. It's going to be a grandstand finale, one suspects here. Another Betfred Championship thriller. As Elliot Keir now, out of dummy half, carries Bradford up to their own 30-metre line. Centre field position.
Where is Josh? Josh.
Doyle's in there at dummy half. Here goes Moses Mustafa straight down the middle channel. Brought down just shy of halfway. Been a lot of effort from Moses Mustafa. So too Eben Skur in this second half. Patton to Gill. Gill's going to be rolled back towards halfway. Somehow gets the ball behind him to Miller. Miller, daylight ahead of him, goes towards Lilly. Lilly to Hall. Hall takes on the Barrow line. Hall plays the ball behind him. The Barrow player's offside. He's inside the 10. And that's going to be another penalty here to the Bradford Bulls. Referee Ben Failer will stop the clock. Bradford awarded their 15th penalty of the afternoon. It was lovely interworking play from Lily to Hall. Hall was looking to send in Kia in at the corner. The Barrow player touched the ball, and it was Shane Toll who was in front in an offside position. That's why the penalty comes. 9 minutes to go here at Odsall. Doyle twisting and turning. Doyle around underneath the post. We've got a grandstand finale at Odsall. The gap is going to be down to 6 points. Patton wants to take the conversion. He's going to drop kick the conversion. It's Bradford 16, Barrow 22 at Odsall Stadium. Tom Doyle, his third try of the season, and we are in the 72nd minute here at Odsall Stadium. We've got 8 minutes to go, and Tom Doyle, he kept his composure. He had that killer instinct. He had the conviction. He realised Barrow were scrambling. They were trying to desperately set their defensive line. After that penalty for offside, he tapped the ball, he crossed the line, he went around and underneath the post, and we have a grandstand finale here at Odsall Stadium. It's Bradford Bulls 16, Barrow Raiders 22, and we've got 7.5 minutes remaining here at Odsall as the Barrow Raiders get proceedings back underway. That one goes deep downtown, and Bradford, they are potentially on the cusp of getting something out of this fixture. It was Barrow 22, Bradford 4 in the 63rd minute. All of a sudden, the Bulls have come alive with those back-to-back tries from Elliot Hall and Tom Doyle. And here come Bradford now with Gill. Main stand side, up to the Bradford 40-metre line. 2 tackles remaining on the restart. Butler's in at dummy half. Now it goes to Patton. Lily out wide towards Kia.
We'll go with it now.
Kia wrapped up over on the far stand side. Back in centre field now from Murphy to Lily to Skur, up to halfway. Oh, lovely offload from Skur to Baldwinson. Baldwinson's away. Inside support there from Skur. Skur's going to be brought down on the last tackle. Bradford are 10 metres out now. Barrow are stretched. Patton to Lily. Bradford have numbers. Lily out wide. Dawson Jones. Acrobatic finishing in the corner. Bradford have scored 3 tries in 7 minutes. And it's 20 points to 22. Odsall's in shock. What a comeback from the Bradford Bulls. What an offload from Eben Skur to Jordan Baldwinson. Skur, it was going to be brought down. He somehow got the ball out off the ground, and it was Baldwinson. He went full steam, full charge ahead, and this is going to be one of the games, one of the finishes of the championship season. Matty Dawson-Jones, a try scorer last week against the London Broncos. He somehow, sheer athleticism, managing to just go over in at the corner, and he's touched the ball down. Referee Failer was confident. Kick predictor here for Dick Patton. This to lock us up at 22 points apiece. It's curling. It's curling. It's there from Dick Patton. We've got 6 minutes left on the clock. It's Bradford 22, Barrow 22 here at Odsall Stadium. It's been a total capitulation from the Barrow Raiders in the last 10 minutes. And Dick Patton has given the Bulls a lifeline. Well, how's your pulse? How's your heart rate? This game has had just about everything this afternoon. And it's now Barrow who will probably be happy and content just to take a point away from Odsall here. Well, this game could go just about anywhere in the final 5 minutes. Barrow drill the restart. They've got the ball back from the restart here. And now Bradford will have to defend. It was a short restart. It was drilled along the floor from Jared Sammett. Well, this game has just had about everything you could want from a game in the Betfred Championship. Here goes Ellis Gillum. Sammett's just trying to call for composure. He wants to go for the 1 point. It's going to go out of dummy half from Wood to Hopkins. Hopkins have run in a central field position. Sammett's saying, give me the ball. Sammett's saying, I want to drill the stake through the Bulls' heart. It won't be Sammett. It's Carter. Carter's miskicked it. It's picked up by Hall, and Hall will turn defence into attack. And he's brought down 8 metres out from his own try line. That was a real haphazard, a mess from the Barrow Raiders there. Samet was calling for it. He was 20 metres deep. In the end, they went to the left towards Carter. And now the Bradford Bulls at 22 points apiece here. They're coming forward here with Moses Mustafa. Mustafa past the Bradford 40-metre line. He's brought down 5 shy of halfway. We have exactly 4 minutes remaining on the clock here at Odsall Stadium. They go wide here with Skur. Skur, 5 metres. Make that 8 metres inside the Barrow Raiders half of the field. Bradford are on the last tackle now. Out of dummy half from Doyle. Doyle taking the line on. Perhaps didn't realise it was the last tackle there, Tom Doyle. But he will turn over the ball. He will turn over the ball. 18 metres out from the Barrow line. And referee Ben Failer will stop the clock with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here at Odsall Stadium. What a second half comeback from the Bradford Bulls. They were down, they were dead, they were buried. There were 17 minutes left and they were down by 22 points to 4. It was a penalty for Elliot Hall being taken out off the ball. Lilly made the metres, 60 metres with a place kick. And then, in the space of 7 second half minutes, Elliot Hall, Tom Doyle and Matty Dawson-Jones have crossed the line for the Bradford Bulls. 22 points apiece here. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. The clock restarts at Odsall Stadium. Barrow deep inside their own half of the field.
Wait, go.
I'd love to ask John Keir and Paul Carey, would they settle for the point at this stage? Could be a crucial point come season's end. And Barrow have come up with an error. Hakim Maloudi has not played the ball correctly. And this could be the moment. You can almost sense the moment. Jordan Lilly is instructing the players what to do. 4 simple drives down the middle. And then he or Dec Padden could be the player to give the Bradford Bulls the lead for the first time in this second half. But it won't be the case. There's been a knock-on at the play of the ball by Tom Doyle. With 3 minutes left. That's not what John Keir and the Bulls would have wanted. Absolute drama here at Odsall Stadium. 2 minutes. 47 seconds left on the clock, plus any additional time. Barrow back inside the Bradford half of the field. Second tackle gone. Bradford 22, Barrow 22. Woods. Down the middle here with Gillam. Gillam's rolled over, third tackle gone. Wood again in there at dummy half. Ellis Gillam plays the ball. Sam Brooks spent 10 minutes in the sin bin in the first half. He's brought down 25 metres out. Wood, now it goes to Hopkins. Hopkins is brought down underneath the post on the last tackle. Samet's in position. Carter's in position. It's going to go to Jared Samet. Jared Samet to give the Barrow Raiders the lead. Jared Samet potentially has just seen Barrow pick up their first win at Odsall Stadium since 1963. It's a drop goal from Jared Samet and it's the Bradford Bulls 22, the Barrow Raiders 23. We have got just over 2 minutes remaining on the clock here at Odsall Stadium, and it's a former Bradford man who drives the stake through the Bradford heart, and they've gone for the short restart here, the Bulls. They're back in possession here at Barrow, and they will surely just run down the clock now because we've got 90 seconds remaining. It'll be a famous victory for the Barrow Raiders. 23 points, plays 22. Ball goes wide toward Gillam. Gillam wrapped up there by Keir. Hall misdirecting the Bradford Bulls defence. Comes forward now to just shore up the gap. They come back down the middle here with Brooks. Inside the Bradford half of the field. You suspect Bradford will have one more set of 6 here in the allotted time that we've got available on the stopwatch. It goes down that left edge with Langtree. Langtree's brought down in a 3-man tackle from the Bulls. They're on the last tackle here, Barrow. There's 60 seconds remaining on the stopwatch. Barrow 23, Bradford 22. Carter kicks over into space That one's just going to be bobbled in the in-goal area. It's a crucial 6-tackle set coming up here for the Bradford Bulls. The ball was not grounded. It was knocked on in the in-goal area by a Barrow player. Elliot Hall, 0 tackle on the Bradford 30-metre line. We have 40 seconds remaining on the stopwatch. Lily now to Dawson Jones. Dawson Jones, 8 metres shy of halfway. Tackle number 1. Are we about to see more late drama here? Bradford inside the Barrow half of the field. Tackle 2. Do they go for a drop goal? Lily is 45 metres out. Short ball towards Baldwinson. Tackle number 3. 20 seconds left on the stopwatch. The goal left with Patton. Patton. Still going Patton. Patton floats it out wide towards Murphy. Murphy offloads the ball behind him. It's back to Patton. Patton looks for Butler. Patton distakes the tackle here. There's 10 seconds left on the stopwatch. Bradford, the 15 metres out, and it's a penalty to the Bradford Bulls. The players come together, and referee Ben Fairley will stop the clock. The touch judges come on. Is it going to be a penalty to the Bradford Bulls because the clock is stopped? Well, he's going to say it's a play the ball for the Bradford Bulls. If anything, this has allowed the Bulls to set themselves up for the drop goal here. There's 10 seconds left on the clock. It's going to go from Doyle to Crossley. Crossley down the middle. He offloads the ball back to Doyle. Doyle to Baldwinson. Time about to be up here at Hudsall. They're on the last tackle. Lily's calling for the ball. It goes back to Jordan Lilly. Jordan Lilly. The drop goal is deflected off a Barrow defender. And that, you feel, is the game here at Hudsall Stadium. Bradford had the chance. They had 2 tackles to set themselves up to get the equalising score, and the scoreboard remains the Barrow Raiders 23, the Bradford Bulls 22. We're into the first minute of time added on at the end of this gripping, pulsating Betfred Championship game, and there we go, the hooter sounds. Barrow Raiders, it has taken them 59 years, and not since the 23rd of November 1963 have the Barrow Raiders tasted victory here at Hudsall Stadium. It has taken